it's okay, cause I'm gon' die for this. I put my mind to this. Watch all these people, how they treat you, got no time for it. I fear no evil, got my demons, I'm just fine with them. And all these people think they know me, it don't matter to me, cause I'm gon' die for this. I put my mind to this. Watch all these people, how they treat you, got no time for it. I fear no evil, got my demons, I'm just fine with them.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the 3 Point Stance Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Kaleb Everhart, and I'm with my guy, none other than D. Gray. How you doing, brother?
100%. Doing good, man. Doing great, man. We're getting super close to training camp. Training camp is almost underway, man, and that's what we all been waiting for, man. I mean, OTA is one of the times of the year, bro, when it's like, I just can't wait till those pads get on, man, to really see what these boys got, man. Really see what the Steelers got, or really see whatever team you likes, you know what I'm saying, that year. So, man, it's the time of the year, man, where it gets really exciting, man, because it's about to be a lot of jobs on the line, a lot of people's careers on the line, you know what I mean? So, I'm excited, man. I'm super excited, man. And just starting to see all the boys on Instagram starting to post their workout videos now, trying to say I'm in the gym. I'm like, oh, here we go. All the foot ladder drills now. And I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah, man, I actually seen Deontay. I saw Deontay earlier on Instagram working out in the rain, man, and I was like, wow. Now we starting to see the gutter videos, the videos that really look like, oh, I'm really getting out the mud videos when you're almost weeks away from training camp now, about a week away. So it's crazy.
Yeah, Chase Claypool had to say something about workout videos on his Instagram. That he would never post a workout video on Instagram. I mean, maybe you should. Maybe you should. I don't know. But yeah, we're kind of in that dead space right now in the off season.
Before that, man, this podcast is always brought to you by Steeler Nation, man, the people that provides this, man, to keep us on top, man, keep us moving, man. Shout out to Nick, man, keeping our episodes rolling every week. Man, Steeler Nation is rocking with you, man. Appreciate y'all. But, man, to finish your thought, you can continue.
Yeah, no, I was we're just in that dead space in the off season right now. The past few weeks, you know, after OTAs, then you're just kind of waiting, and then now we're basically a week away from training camp.
Yeah, man. And with that being said, man, Steelers training camp, man, is about to get underway in Latrobe, July 27th, man. It should be about a couple weeks long, man. August 17th should be a final practice at Latrobe, man. So, man, make sure if you're out of the Pittsburgh area, man, I go catch some of those open practices and stuff like that, man, because the pads will come on for the Steelers August 1st, man, out in Latrobe. It's going to be a lot of hitting, a lot of back-on-backer drills, a lot of that. But also, man, was dedicated, I found it's really cool for the fans and the people that's in Latrobe, man. Friday Night Lights, man, which will be August 4th in Latrobe at Latrobe Memorial Stadium, man. So make sure y'all, man, drop out there, man. Definitely get your first look, man, with your eyes to see what the young guys got out there. Because there'll be a lot of young guys out there playing and trying to get, man, spots on the roster, man. You probably won't see a lot of Cam Hayward out there and all those guys. I know you want to with Kenny Pickett, but you don't see a lot of Mason Rudolph, a lot of Mitch Trubisky out there, a lot of those guys out there. So make sure y'all get out there, man. And, of course, the worst part of the year, but it has to happen, man. 53-man roster cuts down, man. It's finalized on the 29th of August, man. Will we first see our first hand of our 53-man roster Steelers team go out there, man, and it'll be trimmed down on the 29th of August, so 4 p.m. East time. So keep those dates in line, man, and yeah, man, here we go.
I got a question for you. Speaking of 53-man rosters, who's your surprise cut this season?
Surprise cut. Definitely Kendrick Green.
I don't think that's a surprise. Bro, Madden had him rated higher than Chooks.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's sick. I saw that earlier. I was like, yeah, whoever making these Madden ratings need to cut it. They just stopped it right there because it's like, wow, man, Madden's almost like made me not play Madden again. No, I'm lying. But that pissed me off, though. But, man, surprise cut would probably be, man, for me would probably be a surprise possible cut will have to be probably Anthony McFarland, man. That would surprise me if they cut. It will surprise me, but it wouldn't surprise me because of the type of room it is. Yeah. And what Alfonzo trying to come in and bring his presence in right now, it's just no telling. So either one of those guys to get cut, man, would probably be a shocker, man, for me, like to see one of those guys go. Either way it goes, because I mean, either way, as the nature of this game, one of those guys got to go.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
real.
I mean,
So,
Ant Mac and Alfonso, they have a very similar play style and stature as well. So, I mean, we've talked about it, in previous episodes. It's going to come down to who can do more on special teams for,
yep.
Mike Tomlin and the Steelers.
Yep.
For me,
Yep.
a surprise cut.
Come on now. Spit it out.
Presley Harvin.
That's a good one, man, because he was kind of the guy a couple years ago, man, or maybe a year ago when he first came in at 380 pounds, like punting those balls back, man. I mean, I thought he was a pretty good player, man. I thought he was really good, man. And, I mean, he wasn't no Jordan Berry. I mean, Jordan Berry was a guy. I really love Jordan Berry, but yeah, man, he was a great replacement.
They brought in some solid competition for him this offseason. So the punter battle is going to be legendary.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I'm a big fan.
And that's
of Presley
what Tomlin
Harvin.
loves.
Yeah.
I think he has a great leg. I think he has a strong leg. I mean, at that size, he should have a strong leg. I mean,
Yes.
let's be real. But I mean, that's what Tomlin's building, man, and that culture of competition, man, and the iron sharpens iron type of mentality every day you go, man. It's not personal, man. It's just business.
Yeah.
And he's gonna bring guys in there that take your spot. And then it's your own. You got to take ownership in your job to make sure that doesn't happen, man. And I think that's one thing. Tomlin creates a super competitive environment, man. And I think, I mean, Harvin, man, just steps up to the plate, man, and do what he needs to be doing, man. I think he should last on the south side, at least on practice squad. So we shall see, but that'd be interesting to see how that happens. But it's so funny to really see how you measure those type of things out.
Yeah.
Like, how does a kicker or punter really go in training camp? Because they're not really under no duress in practice. Like, those guys sit on the side and like, you know what I mean, just do nothing. I mean, like, kick a couple balls, take 100 water breaks. I mean, maybe play some, I don't know, frisbee or something. Who knows? They do whatever they want. You know what I mean? So how do you really judge the competition level between those two? Because they're not hitting each other.
The preseason games matter the most for the kickers and punters that are battling for their lives.
For sure. But if both of those guys are both kicking well, how do you choose in that situation? Do you go with the guy that knows the system more, or do you go with the guy that just came here and basically repeated the same thing we just saw?
I think if it's close, it goes to the guy they drafted. Obviously, he was drafted two years ago now, I think. But yeah, I think it goes to the guy that they drafted. If it's that close. The only issue that Presley's really had is consistency, but that I think he'd be my surprise cut.
But let's be real here, though, Kaleb, man. Let's think about how hard it is to be consistent on the NFL level, though, man. Like, I mean, it's hard to be day in and day out, man. That's what makes the great players great. Let's be real. How many real great players there is in this world? It's not a lot. Because if it was that easy to be great, everybody would be. So it's really, really hard to really be consistent. There's a lot of punters out there that struggles. You know what I mean? And it's not taking his side, but it's just like, it's a new year. Let's see if you're on the hot seat. I mean, let's see how it goes. And but I think that Mr. Harvin, man, should have a shot still being here. I think he should. I think he will come out on top. That's my guess. I think he'll come on top.
I hope so.
But
I was super excited when we drafted him a few years ago. I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just in case you know what I'm saying? Just in case a lineman go down, he can go play guard. Yeah. Yeah. With all that being said, it's one guy that's still unsigned, man. A little stubborn right now. Our guy, Mr. JPJ. What's up with that guy, man? Come on, man. Do you think he'll be signed before training camp begins? Let's look at it, Kaleb. We're only like a couple days. We're literally 8 days away from training camp. 7 days away from training camp.
It's getting close, and from everything I've seen, it's been more of the Roonies and like the NFLPA trying to, like, the Roonies, are set in their ways. Like, don't quote me on this because I'm not 100% sure what the standstill is. But it's something between the Roonies and the NFLPA, I believe. And I mean, Joey's gonna want to be out there. Hopefully he'll do like what TJ did, not too long ago in his contract extension, just walk in the door and said, "I'll sign it."
Right. Oh man, sorry about this. I get this thing on TV. But with that being said, so if he does sign, man, my thing is when I think about rookies, man, it's like you really can't be stubborn when it comes to your rookie contract because the only thing you really can fight for a signing bonus. Because
Yeah.
your thing is kind of pretty slotted already, man. It's a little different time than it used to be back in the day, the old CBA, where guys was like breaking the bank like Joe Hayden, breaking the bank up front. You know what I mean? So it's like those days are over with. So it's like when you think about these guys are fighting for contracts you just got out of college like a couple months ago, buddy. Like, it's only so much you can fight for.
Yeah.
You haven't got no NFL film. You fighting for OTAs, like OTA film, like OTA practice film. So it's like, I don't know. I get it. It is what it is. It's part of the business. But, man, it's time to go play some ball, man. Let's fight when it's time to make the big bucks, man. This is a rookie deal, man. This ain't really no big money. It's a big money to regular people in the street, but this ain't really a lot of money here, man. Like, you're gonna have a good signing bonus. Of course, you're gonna have that. But other than that, man, let's go put the hard hat on, man, and really make the big bucks like our guy. Like our guy that just made the big bucks today. Alex Highsmith, man.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go put your head down and be like that guy, man, that just go made the big bucks today, man. Wow, man. 4 years, $68 million per ESPN, man.
Yep.
Per ESPN, 4 years, $68 million, man. Man, I'm so proud of that guy, man, because it's just like we still remember him coming in, man. Just like Alex always want to know, like, hey, bro, like, do that move work? Hey, when I first went inside on you, did like he was just such a student of the game. It's like you can't even yell at Alex, man. He's like one of those guys, just like a nice guy, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, man, you'd be like on the field, be like, shut up, and he just like wouldn't say nothing, you know what I mean? But he make plays, man. He make plays. Like, he's not a combative person. Like, he don't want no trouble. But at the same time, man, he's a hell of a player, man. He just wants to learn, man. He understands how to beat players and know why he did it.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, he's just a student of the game. So I think that his longevity in the NFL is going to be a long time, man. I think they'll continue to keep extending Alex because he's going to continue to grow and get better as long as he stays healthy. If he stays healthy, he's going to continue to prosper. He's going to continue to get better. He's going to have days that's not as good as others, but he's going to always have a good enough game always to at least lead the victory. You know what I mean? So, man, I'm super proud for my guy, man. I reached out to him and told him, man, congratulations on the deal, man. So,
yeah, he's one of those guys. He's easy to root for because he went from I believe he was a walk-on at Charlotte University, where him and Larry O, I believe, were teammates together. I believe, maybe for a year or two.
probably.
But he was a 0-star recruit, I also believe. But it's a guy that's just dug his way up from the bottom to get the money he's earned today. And last season he had 14.5 sacks. And granted, I think when TJ was out, he only got 3. But not everybody's going to be a TJ Watt. But you want a guy like Alex Highsmith on the opposite side of a TJ Watt because they both of them just have relentless motors. They're going to do whatever they have to do to get to the ball. And that spin move.
So my question, spin move is electrifying. But my question here now is, the curse, man. When guys get paid, their game starts to dwindle, starts to go down, starts to go downhill. So, man, with that being said, like, when you think about Alex, man, how do you think that this is going to be for him? You think he's going to continue to excel? Think he's going to go downhill? You know what I'm saying? Or he's going to be kind of flat for the rest of his time in Pittsburgh?
I think he's still going to go on the trajectory he has been going on. And that's just due to like the reasons I just said. He's started from the bottom. And, he's been grinding his way to the top. He's at the top now, and now he's considered a Robin or the best Robin in the lead to TJ's Batman. But, Tomlin's going to be in his ear. So, you're just Robin. You going to try and come be Batman?
Right.
So maybe
Hey,
Alex can go do some TJ like things and go win us a ball game in the end of the fourth quarter.
he definitely has the potential to do that, man. And I think that's gonna be serious. I think for him, man, going into this year now, it's like how impactful of a game could he be? How much a disruptor could he be? He's making the numbers, man. His numbers are showing. But now, how could he just kill games? Like TJ, he just kills games. Like he just like it's like one of those things. Like, oh, here we go, TJ again. Like, bro, like we haven't got to that Alex yet. But I think now he's became who he is now. Now I think is like when I used to hear Tomlin talking to TJ. It's like, bro, like you getting all the sacks, bro, but now go get the ball out. Like take the next step. Now let's forget sacks. Let's do a sack and take the ball out. Like let's get the ball out. And I think that's for Alex now. Let's go get the ball. Let's go get the ball. Every time you see the ball in the air, see the ball in the QB's hand. Like yes, hit him, but also let's get the ball out. Because now that's going to make you a game change. Now you get no sacks and forced fumbles. Like, now you're becoming a disruptor in this league. It's like, wow, like this dude is flashing.
So here's a fun fact. Alex was tied for the league lead in forced fumbles last season with 5. I think he was tied with Matthew Judon. So it's theirs. That's just good. Now we just need those playmakers to get to the ball.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's not getting in there. I'm just saying he needs to continue to do that and now do it on an even higher level because you got to set yourself up for better goals. I mean, your goal is, okay, to get paid. He got that. Okay, now it's to get 14 plus sacks. You got that. Now you got 5 forced fumbles. You got that. So what's next? Do you just stay flat or do you continue to excel? And I think for Alex, his ceiling is so high that, man, I mean, he could have some almost like crazy Von Miller type of number of years, like, man, moving forward, man. Yeah. So, I mean, I think Highsmith, man, he deserves every penny, man. I'm super excited for the guy, man. I mean, I know Steeler Nation is super excited, man. All the fans can't wait to finally get down to Latrobe and finally meet him in person, man, and hug and love up on the guy, man, because, I mean, I think he deserves it, man. He's one of those guys that it's real quiet. You don't hear a lot about him in the media. He's not really flashy. You don't see nothing about him. Only thing you ever see in the media is the first time was ever just him making a big payday.
And he's got a
and you won't see nothing else from him. No, for sure. And you won't see nothing else about Alex and Highsmith in the media again until when it's time to get paid again, because he's very low maintenance, man. He's about his business, man. He comes to work every day, works hard, and that's his main focus, man. Continue to be the best player he can be. You know what I mean? And that's it. With that being said, we had some crazy things going around Steelers right now, man. I don't understand what's the purpose of this, but they had eyes on Mr. Mims, man. Just thought about releasing the guy, and we thought about grabbing the guy. I don't understand why. I'm kind of excited that he did go to the Lions because that would have been spending unnecessary money. Yeah. Unnecessary money that could have been used in different areas for the team. And that's kind of leading me to, after Highsmith, I'm going to jump back to Mims, is that do you think the Steelers are starting to overpay too much? Do you think Alex is overpaid or underpaid?
I think come back to me after this season. Come back to me after this season. His year last year is deserving of this contract. The work he's put in is deserving of the contract. Now he's just going to have to continue that play and live up to that contract. But I do think he has. I think 100% he's earned it.
Okay.
Just with the points we've said here in the last few minutes.
That sounds good. So, man, with all that being said, man, I'm happy, man, that the Detroit Lions grabbed Mr. Mims, man, because the path that was roaming through my ears, man, was that he was close to coming to Pittsburgh. Yeah. And me personally, it was just been no point, man. It was kind of one of those things we talk about, like, there's no point of adding more superpowers to the room that's already powerful already. It's already there. Let's find the other way, the weak links of the team, and let's get that part up. You know what I mean? So, like, our offensive line is solid, quarterback play is solid, D-line is solid. Like, now let's find some secondary. I mean, I think that's even solid. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, at this point, man, I don't really understand what's the need for anything at this point, because y'all did a hell of a job drafting this year. I mean, the comment, I mean, he was a shock dog of it. He killed the draft. So it's like, I mean, at this point, it's like, what are we still looking for eyes on receivers for? Well, we have everything.
And yeah, that's like to your point, Colin Cowherd, I believe it was today or over the past few days, he was on his show, and he said the Steelers, he thinks in his eyes, have a top 5 roster in the league. And, I don't necessarily disagree with that.
I don't disagree as well either.
With the additions we've made and everything like that, there's those people that are just going to look at Madden ratings like, oh, no, this isn't a top 5 roster. Well, Madden ratings are trash always. So,
always.
But yeah, I mean, you look at the additions we made with Pat Pete, Joey, I mean, secondary solid, linebacker room that's the only question mark for me personally is the middle linebacker room. And I still think they're going to be a lot better than they were last year.
That's a great point. But I have another great point, man. I just can't believe how great my camera looks, man. Like, I know it's off topic, it's still a nation, but I was like, wow, the improvement of my camera angles since we started this podcast, bro. Like, we got to give it up to D Gray, man. It's just like I can just roam around this great room, man, and talk football all day, man, with the green grass. So if you want to line it up, we can line it up right here. Like. But
we've had big upgrades to this podcast. Last year, I was in a little corner downstairs.
Yeah.
Now, we both got our own room.
I mean, it's for sure. Like, it's crazy that. I mean, I'm not done yet. Seeing how much I can enhance this, though. I mean, maybe Still a Nation might crack some stripes up in here somewhere. But I know my garage is full of it already. So it's crazy, man. So, but man, once again, man, like I said, back to the middle linebacker talk, man. I think the linebacker crew is pretty solid, though, man. I think Roberts is definitely the guy to lead the charge there, man. They got Holcomb there, man. I think they got some solid pieces, man.
Yep.
And you can't forget about our guy Robinson, man. So the versatile, speedy backer, like that dog, you know what I mean? That shot dog, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, man, I just don't know if I'm Khan right now, man, or Tomlin. My eyes is set on my guys right here, my 90 men I have right now, and I'm going to Latrobe where I'm focused on those guys until further notice, which is injuries, personality, conduct type of things, or off the field. Until that start presenting stuff. Right now, man, it's time to lock in at the training camp. Forget looking at other players. Let's see what we got and how we can maximize the talent we do have that's on this 90-man roster right now.
And so last thing on training camp before we go into our next topic. This is something, you and I talked about last year that you taught me. Who's your day one rookie?
My day one. My day one. This year's day one.
And we're going to keep track of this all year. I'm going to have one too.
My day one is got to go to Trice.
Ooh, okay.
My day one. Day one. Usually when you think about your day ones, man, it can't be a first or second round draft pick, man. Those ones are already going to be stars. Yeah. It's got to be someone like that. So I got to go with Trice, man. I think he's going to be my day one. I think he's going to be the guy that's going to be like, ooh, that's my day one. That is my day one. Yeah, for sure.
I was going to say Benton, but he is technically a second round pick. If I don't go Benton, who would I go?
My boy, Mr. Trice is going to light it up.
Trice, that's a good one. I'm gonna go Nick. I'm gonna go Nick Herbig.
Oh, that's solid. I mean, I was wondering what was taking you so long. I mean, if it wasn't gonna be Trice for me, it's gonna be Herbig. I mean, I don't understand what was gonna take you so long there. Like, it was a no brainer for me. But I mean, hey, that's why my brain is over here, your brain is over there. But hey, I think both of them be solid players, man. I just say Trice, man. I love his size, man. I think he has a great, tremendous upside about him, man. I think he has a great knack for the ball, man. Him and Joey Porter is very similar to one another, man. When it comes to size, physicality, man, ball skill, everything. So I think, if anything, I think he's the biggest sleeper right now in my eyes. I think this guy's going to be tremendously impactful for the Steelers this year, man. I don't think he's going to be a practice squad guy. I think he's going to be a 53-man guy. I think he'll be a great special teamers, man. I think he'll be a guy. He's very humble right now going where he went in the draft, of course, but that doesn't – it's hard to say where he went in the draft. It's like, that's embarrassing because it's a great amount of honor to be drafted in the first place. So he got drafted, now he's there, man. Draft picks, numbers, doesn't matter, man. It's about showing up every day, and I think that's exactly what he's going to do. So I think the fans going to be pleased with his play in Latrobe. I think he's going to compete. So I think that's the reason why I chose him on day one, man. I think that he's one of the guys that it's just going to be hard to say no to this guy, man. Hard to say, turn my back and you go to practice squad.
Yeah, I mean, the cornerback position, it's one of the hardest positions to play. But, the last, few years, there's been a lot of late round picks. You can look at Tariq Woolen. You can look at there's other guys slipping my mind. Just Tariq Woolen off the top of my head right now. He was a 4th or 5th round guy last year. You get corners out of nowhere. It seems like
James Pierre.
Yeah, who if Corey Trice emerges, James Pierre could be that surprise cut.
Hot seat, as I say, it could be the hot seat, man. Yeah. So that'll hurt too because he just had a great. He's been great so far. So it's one of those things, man. It's about the nature of this football thing, man. That you can't control, man. As far as talent that's being brought on, if a guy's doing just what you was doing, you might just be the odd man out, and it's like you might even done anything wrong, man. So it's the nature of the business of the game, man. You gotta love it. You gotta love the competitiveness, man. Every day that guys go out there with. So, I mean, I'm fired up, man. I'm super, super fired up, man, for training camp and see these guys rolling. Because once they get rolling, Steeler Nation, and you hear me, this podcast is gonna be even more turn and more spicy. When I say spicy. Spicy, goddamn it! It's gonna be goddamn spicy. So y'all mother, ooh boy, you love this man. I love this podcast, man. Y'all be ready because I cannot wait to talk my stuff during training camp when it's time to talk about competition. George Pickens is gonna slaughter JPJ. I'm saying it now.
Ooh, I can't.
100-0.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see those highlights pop up on Twitter. I'm excited for those ones.
100-0. 100 reps with 0. I'm telling you.
But one more thing, we've been talking about, Alex Highsmith, he got paid. So let's talk about some guys that aren't getting paid. And it's not really any particular people. It's just a group individually. And it's the running back position. Why do you think they're not getting paid the way they should be? Because they're very important to
100%, bro. But come on, bro. I don't want to bring up L. Bell, bro, but let's be real because I know L. Bell just kind of try to get guys to go listen to his album that's about to drop. So, rah, sorry to Steeler Nation. All that BS. But besides the point, L. Bell took the stands because he felt like he was underpaid. So, running backs going to deal with this for a long time. Premier backs is getting the ball a lot during the game. And you have to think about all the hits that's being taking place over. So with that being said, it's like it's hard to really invest a lot of money into a back that's being hit every single play and not necessarily saying that he might get up the next play or be able to walk again. So it's like then you all your marbles into a guy that has to get that money now. So it's like it's just one of those positions, man, where you just got to find somebody to love it, man. That's one of the positions where you just got to love it. You just got to love your job, man, because at the end of the day, like the NFL is not going to change, man. It might bump it up a couple dollars, but they're not going to go outrageous to get $100 million contracts to any backs, man. I don't think if any back had a $1 million contract, $100 million contract yet. I don't think so.
What was Todd Gurley's? I know he got paid, but then if you think about it, that's really what ruined it. Todd Gurley, he got paid. He went off the 1 year, and then his knees.
Yeah, I think his biggest contract was a $57 million. He had $57 million for 4 years. So I mean, and then you had Derrick Henry. I mean, Derrick Henry had a fat one, I think. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was that big.
But if you think about how important Saquon Barkley is to the Giants, and they weren't willing to fork. I think it's all about guaranteed money, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. But you gotta think about it, man. The collisions these guys take, man. I mean, the only position that's really gonna get really paid is the lineman and the quarterback. Yeah. Because all the rest of them, man, it's just too risky, man. And even O-line, man, is risky for us up front. I mean, let's be real. ACLs, running backs running to the back of our legs, getting tripped up, clipped up, broken ankles, broken knees, shoulders. But the running back, man, it's just that impact, man, from the head-on speed collision from that distance, man. It's just a lot, man. It's a lot to embark on a running back over through the course of a game, man. And it runs down guys, man. So I mean, I understand it, but at the same time, I'm with you too, man. They do deserve to be paid more because of the simple fact, the physical labor they are putting out every game. So, and when you got guys like Najee and Saquon Barkley and those guys, Nick Chubb, and all, man, those guys are bruisers, man. They change games, man. So,
yeah, and that's, I mean, obviously Najee's going to be coming up here in the next few years, and I personally do think he will get a second contract with the Steelers because obviously, I mean, they offered Elbow, I mean, good money. He didn't get the guarantee money he wanted, but they're not. The Steelers are an organization that pride themselves on running the ball, and I mean, it just feels right. Najee won't look right in any other uniform. He's a Steelers running back. He's up there with he can be up there with, the Jerome Bettises and the long line of running backs, Franco Harris, Willie Parker. I mean, you could even go to the underdog ones, Veron Haynes. You go. I'm not going to say Rashard Mendenhall. He had like 3 good years, and we don't talk about that Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, we got to let it go, man. Yeah. Let it go. Because, man, Rashard Mendenhall, man, actually, me and him just started following each other on socials, man. So, man, I've been wanting to reach out to the guy, see we can get the guy on, man. But I know he don't want to talk about that Super Bowl appearance, man.
No.
He's
not a big fan of us Steeler fans.
But, man, I want to say, man, appreciate everybody, man, rocking with us tonight, man, and with this evening, man, with 3 Point Stands brought to you by Steeler Nation, man. Appreciate those proud guys over there continue to keep us rolling, man. Justin, all those guys, Nick, appreciate you guys. Man, so make sure y'all, man, tune into the episode, man. Continue to tune in all year. Like I said, hey, keep your eyes on the lookout. Training camp is coming, dog. D. Gray is coming with the heat. But before all that hits off, man, this weekend, man, make sure we have Whiskey Weekends coming up this weekend, man. Me and my guy, Kaleb, will have a spicy little topic. Ooh, I can't wait to dive into this one. Man, I hope y'all ready for that one, man. So the week ain't over just yet, man. This is the middle of the week. Check us out this weekend, man, this Saturday, man, Whiskey Weekends.
And one more thing. D and I are going to a game this year, and we want y'all to let us know what game you guys think we should go to.
You get a chance to meet me, man, former Steeler, man. Get to meet the guy, Kaleb, man, the best analyst out here, man. Can tell you everything about ball from top to bottom, man, to the shoes that probably I got on when I wore it when I played in a Monday night game. Probably still remember that. But, man, make sure, man, be interactive, man. Let us know what game we should go to, man. And you see us out, man, and you the one that told us to come to that game, don't be a stranger. Make sure you say what's up.
So, all right, that's the 3 Point Stance podcast for this week's episode. We'll catch y'all next week.